Okay, this is muskrat sets. They're just a simple little platform. It's move onto the grass so you can see only what it actually is. Okay, so you got 2x4, 2x4, and this one underneath is a 2x8. Okay, and what I've done is I router out the shape of the trap. That's about, I don't know, 5/8, 3/4 inch deep. It doesn't have to be exact. The reason that it has kind of a, like it has the angel almost look and has the two wings. My traps, see the trap sits in there just nice. And what happens is I have some where the dog is on this side, I have some where the dog is on this side. So what I do is whatever side the dog is on, I put the spring on that side and the muskrat swims up, gets caught, jumps off. Now if the dog's on this side, then the spring is over here. So it's kind of a universal for whatever trap. These are all my number ones. Now what I do with my number ones is I add, that's an old 1-inch nut, and that gives me about an extra 3 or 4 ounces of weight, and that keeps the muskrat down. I had, not many, but I had the odd one where the muskrat was able to climb back up onto the float and hold on, and that's not humane nor legal. So basically what happens is you just float this out, then I put on about 8 feet or so of twine and just a little piece of a brick or anything like that. Found those used around construction sites and everything else. So basically muskrat gets caught, jumps off. You know, this is all floating in the water, of course, like so, and muskrat's down there drowning. Real good, simple set. Very effective. I have 42 of these, and I was running them for 4 days this spring, and I got 90 muskrats. Very good, very effective. So the trap is just wired on right here, and then on the underside here, you can see just a little fencing staple, and that's where I tie the string on. Anything will work, whatever you got. Just something that it doesn't float away. That's the only reason that the weight is there. Keep it in open water. Don't give them any reeds or any kind of weeds or anything like that. Any kind of vegetation that comes above the ground, above the water. Don't give them anything like that to climb up on. Just keep it out in open water, and it's so easy to check. You don't have a muskrat, you have a muskrat. It's that easy to check. Now what I'm doing right here is I picked up a dozen of 1.5 traps. These are some Sleepy Creeks, and they're all right hand side dog, so I don't have to do the goofy thing. So what I do is I just I trace the base of the trap, cut it out of plywood, and then I draw it out. These ones here are 13 inches. These ones are 12 inches on the 2x8 in terms of length. The reason I have to go this, the 1.5 is a little too big to fit in between here. But anyway, so these ones are 13 inches. I just draw out the pattern, and then I'm going to get that routed out and then cut them. Router, cut, all the way down the line till I got a dozen new ones made. And then the 2x4s are just whatever you got laying around. My father got these all, he picked them up and got cut into firewood lengths. There was a whole bunch of old construction waste, and I just grabbed a whole bunch of those. So like you can see, like they're not the same length or anything, but close enough. They just give you some buoyancy and somewhere for the rat to climb up on. The other nice thing about routering it in, see, a trap, it doesn't matter what those waves are doing out there. That trap stays where it's supposed to stay. And it also gives it a lower profile. The muskrat steps right on the pan every time. Perfect front leg catch usually. Very rarely you get a back leg, but usually front leg. So anyway, that's basically it. This is one here that it's built but doesn't have any trap or anything on, so you can see the, where is it? Here we are. You know, everything's ready to go. I just drill a hole on both sides there. You see the hole through it. That one there. And that's where I wire the trap on. Whichever side the trap spring sits, that's the hole I use. If the spring's over here, use it here. That's it. It's pretty much that simple. That's rat trapping. And I will get these out. Season opens in a few days. And once the season's open, then what I'll do is I will get out there with the camera and try to capture one on tape here to see how everybody can see how they work. Putzing around with another idea here I'm trying out. I don't know until rat season opens how, if, or what it's going to do. But basically, same kind of thing, except it has a circle in the middle and just a mesh cage. And inside the mesh, I don't know if you can see it or not, there's a, geez, that's hard to see. Here, easier to see. You got a tube running down a little better than halfway down the length of the box. Ideally, they just swim up and decide to jump into that hole instead of jumping off to the side. I don't know if it's going to work yet. I'm going to build a few and see what they do, but I'll keep you posted on those, whether they're good or not. So, but I gotta wait till rat season. But anyway, that's rats. Pretty simple, nothing to them. So as soon as rat season opens, there'll be a video there on what to do with rats.